Hi guys, it's Ruth Wilson. Welcome back to my YouTube channel where we do makeup tutorials for beginners. So now that we've covered the main basis of things that we would all want to learn, we of course want to put them all together, but not just yet. We're going to go advanced on our eyes. In this video, I'm going to be showing you how you can make or create the precise cut crease and a really great trick of how to create it. And if you want to see how that comes out, then keep on watching this video. Alright guys, it's time for us to get out our pens and papers and it's time for us to get learning. So of course what you're going to need is your concealer. You can use a concealer that you use underneath your eyes on your face as your cleanup for your brows already. So technically you already have that. You need a very precise brush for you to continue down the road with that line. And of course you're going to need a palette. So let's see. Today I want to go in with a nice little, because I'm wearing black, I want to go in with a black and brown with a nice gorgeous gold. I was thinking silver, but for some crazy reason I just want to go gold. So today I'm using this palette here called Mermaids Only by Natalie Ann Cosmetics. Like, this is what it looks like on the inside. Very pretty colors. I'm going to be going in with the brown and the black. And to get my nice gold, I am going to be using this palette. Look at this gold right here. It's so pretty, isn't it? And this palette is called the Saharan. Remember, the first thing you do before applying your shadows is that you need to make sure that the creasing on your eyes with your concealer is not there. Remember that you do not want to put any eyeshadow on a creasing eye. It's gonna look terrible. And when you put powder or you put palettes or any kind of eyeshadow on there, it is set for good and you're not gonna get it off that easy. So as you can see, I had this on for a while when I started this part of the video, so I'm gonna have to go in with my brush and I'm gonna be buffing that back out again to remove the creasing. All right, now my eyes are crease free and now I can get started. So the first shade, I am gonna go in with a very fluffy brush. So let's get to it. I'm gonna go in with my first shade and it's gonna be a nice little brown. I'm gonna take the brown shade first and I'm gonna put it right about here. And you continue to go in with your fluffy brush until you can buff the shadow all out on the top until it literally looks like dark to faded. That's the aim that we're really going for. Now that we have that shade on our eyes, we're now going to go in with the black shade in this palette right here. I should probably go in with a different brush. That is, I'm going to be using that to pat the black on. And then we're going to go back with our other fluffy brush and we're going to blend the two shades together. So we're going to go with this side first. Bring that up a little as if I'm doing like a wing, and I'm going to take back my original fluffy brush and I'm going to blend these two shades together like so. I'm not applying any more product onto the brush because I don't want any more product onto the brush. We just want that nice fading to happen right there. Now as you can see, the black is nicely faded. If you want to, you can put some more black there, but this is the idea that we're aiming for, the fading. And then look at this side where you have the black that's just on there but it's not faded, so you can literally see where the black starts. from where it finishes, and we don't want that to happen. So look at this side again, faded, not faded. Of course, if you want to, if you think any of the shadows got lost on the way, I'm just going to go in with a tad bit of the brown, just one dot, not too much. And I'm going to put it right back up here because I felt like the brown got a little bit lost when trying to fade the black. So I'm going to come right back here, just right at the top here. There we go. And in that way, I ended up bringing the brown, the shade of the brown, back into perspective. So now you can see the brown, but you can also still see the black. And now it's time to do our crease cutting. So I'm gonna get my brush that I use to do the cleanup on my brows. This is what it looks like. If you want, you can go for a more angled brush. That's perfectly fine. You can use anything as long as it is as skinny as this brush, not something extremely fat, something nice and fine. All right, so we're gonna get our concealer. I use this one to do my cleanup, and I also use it underneath my eyes, so I'm gonna use this one right on that spot right there. Now this is how I learned the trick of trying to get the perfect crease. Now remember, I did show you guys where you can find your crease. As you can see, you know exactly where my crease is. It is right here. But when I'm doing this crease cut, I'm gonna have to go over this, because the last thing you want is that when you put the cut crease right here and I raise my eyes up just like this, if I ever do like this to look up, then the shadow that I would put on over the concealer is literally going to transfer onto above my eyes. So to be on the safe side, you don't cut the crease exactly where the crease is. You go above it just a little bit, like this. So this is how I learned to cut my crease. We're gonna take the concealer, right? And the first thing you do is apply it just where you want it to be, just right here, and you guys know how to do an eye roll, right? You do your eye roll like this. See that? It created the perfect place as to where my crease is gonna be cut. So now I'm gonna take the rest of the concealer and I'm gonna pack it in and also shape out the rest of it so that I can get the cut crease to be perfect. Now I'm not going to be talking in this part because I really need to focus, but I'm also now going to speed it up. I'm going to do it in real time, so watch very closely. And there you have it, a really nice, precise cut crease. Now, one of the unfortunate things that tends to happen to me sometimes is that some of the concealer ends up on my lid as well, because the concealer gets on my eyelid. So I just basically take my brush that I had the color with and I go over that to remove it. I think I have, I think I personally have the wrong brush. It would indeed be best if you use an angled brush. So do not use a brush that looks like this. It does not work well when trying to cut your crease. And there you have your cut crease. So you're not going to apply anything just yet to what you just did. We have got to clean this up. So what we're gonna do is take the black that we applied earlier on the eye and put it in a little bit more to blend this concealer out like this. You see how that's blending in? Look at the difference. On this side, blended, and this side is just literally sitting there. That's not what we want. We don't want it to be sitting there. We want it to be blended in, nice and cute. Nicely blended. So just to make sure that there is no creasing, we just pat in the rest of it, to make sure the creases are not there, they're not visible. And if you need to do any touch-ups at all, you go right ahead and do just that. All right, and now we're going to go in with our next brush to apply the gold that I would love to have on the eyes, which is this one right here. So we're going to just pick up a dense brush, but just carries the same tip, not a fluffy brush, one like this. And I'm going to go for that gold. We're going to apply the gold onto the concealer or our crease that's just been cut. And you're patting it on. Look at that, it's really coming out there. Now you need a brush like this so that it can get to the point so that you'll be able to apply the gold right at the tip, right there. And it doesn't go over the cut crease. If it goes over a little bit, that's also just fine. And there you have it. My eyes are like gold. Look at that. That's looking really good, isn't it? So now we're gonna go back with our brush that's had the black. You're not applying any more color to your brush. You're just gonna take it just like this, and we are going to blend it into the gold that we just applied, so it all looks blended together. Okay, if you need to go in with just a little bit of black to remove some of the gold off of where the black hit, you can also do that. That's cool. And you can take your fluffy brush and just blend it all out again. And there you have it, a very simply put cut crease. So now I'm going to put the rest of this face together, and I'll come right back to wrap things up. Is the full and complete look, you guys. I really hope that you guys learned how to do the perfect, precise cutting of your crease. And that's my video for today. If you loved it, you learned something from it, please make sure to give it a big thumbs up. If you are a beginner or not and you learned how to cut your crease a little bit different, you can share it down in the comments below. Let us know how you learned how to cut your crease. But until my next video, bye guys.